Hey, what's up? We're out at our Spec to Spectacular project. So we were hired by our client on this one to take a brand new stock production builder home. We've taken out pretty much most of the finishes and we're about to hang drywall, but want to get in here first and give you all the details behind the scenes. This is a really intricate project. We've gotten lucky to work with a lot of really cool design firms. So Studio Dearborn out of New York is just doing the kitchen section, but they're doing the cabinetry, the design, the lighting, everything. So they've flown in a couple times, gotten all their measurements, and then JFY is doing the rest of the home design. So it's been a neat process to get to work through it. Definitely not our typical project, but really was intrigued by the idea of taking a production builder home, which actually Brody and I, that was kind of where we cut our teeth, was in production building. So it's kind of fun to get back in one of these, tear it apart, and then just deck it out with all kinds of really nice high-end finishes. And now we're gonna go walk you through it. All right, so right here in the foyer, starting off with our first really change. We're gonna let Brody kind of do most of the talking on this walk because he's been the lead on this project and knows all the details in and out.
Sure, yeah, so this front door was the existing front door of the home. Something they realized when we were doing our walkthrough early on in their design portion, there's going to be a couch here, like a love seat, that kind of thing. Unfortunately, because of that, this door hits it. So the first change that we've ran into is actually swapping this door handing. So we'll get a brand new door, looks just like it. It has to because of the neighborhood requirements, but it'll be flipped the other way and handed, so it'll open towards Zach here.
Yep. It's funny, throughout this neighborhood, they're very strict on the outside. Like you can change whatever you want inside, but anything outside, even changing a simple light fixture or your door hardware, you've got to get all that stuff approved. So makes sense for the community, but has kind of presented us with some unusual challenges that we're not used to. Are you gonna take us into the powder room here?
Yeah. So something pretty cool in this powder room. You actually see it on the walls here, but we have a wall-mounted faucet here, and something we had to think through because these have a set dimension on the depth. The handles have to thread into this valve system, but something that we have is the 1/2 inch sheetrock here, plus another 3/4 inch stone surround. So on the backsplash. So this is actually mounted on the backsplash itself. So we had to do a lot of math and kind of figure out, to the 1/16 of an inch exactly how far to set this out in order to make that work. So pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, we're lucky to work with JFY on this. So we've worked with a bunch of different design firms, and they do a really good job at providing really good elevations and then a lot of on-site assistance as well. Because sometimes this stuff, yes, looks great on paper, but then we get here and we're like, oh, we ran into this, we didn't think about that. So I don't know if you're able to pick up this here, but this kind of gives you an idea of that. But just thankful to have them here.
That's what I was talking about there. It's actually going through the drywall and the stone. So yeah, pretty cool.
Right on. Guest bedroom here, it's not changing too much, so we will skip that for now. A lot of conversation about the stairs. So went round and around what we wanted to do. Existing stair system here. Oak treads, painted risers, and then this had before just a standard piece of MDF, a newel post here, and then I think it was just wood rail and iron spindles, is that right? And we talked about replacing the whole staircase because we really wanted an open tread look to where you wouldn't have this rake wall and all these treads would just spill out, and then, but that was just really cost prohibitive to this project, and they decided, well, you know what, let's just draw the line here. So we ended up keeping this, but we are gonna swap out the handrails, obviously. And we've got actually Cincinnati stairs out of Cincinnati. They have measured and they'll be providing and installing all this. So we're excited to see that when it's all done. It'll elevate the look, but not completely change the entire staircase.
Yeah. I like the listening bar a lot. This space here is going to be very cool. It's all custom cabinetry in here on both sides. It'll have cool tape lighting, all around it. There's going to be speakers, a turntable, kind of a cool seating area with some sconces behind. So very cool little space. Really nice custom wood doors as well. We're going to go here, so it's a slider.
We've got a rendering over here. I think it'd be worth checking those out. It's Walker wood, is that right?
Yep.
So I've seen the name, but again, this project gave us the opportunity to collaborate with a bunch of different vendors that we've seen around town, we're not been able to work with. So we're excited to work with him, and he's come out and measured everything, but we're going to end up having these custom built with glass in them, and it's probably hard to see on the camera here, but just make a really, really neat space. And we do a lot of like movie theaters or things like that are more typical, but it's kind of just to have a room just dedicated to listening to music is pretty cool in my mind. So I'm excited to see this when it's all said and done. But yeah, throughout the home, you can see we left the windows. We're leaving a lot of the drywall where we can, but of course we had to cut holes in different areas to get wires ran or get new lights put in. The lighting throughout the home was primarily some very simple fixtures or what we call disc lights or like pancake lights. So those have all come out, and we're going back with it's a 4-inch, I can't think of the name of the manufacturer.
It's a 2-inch recessed cam by Nova.
Oh, is it 2-inch? Okay.
Yes.
Sweet, there you go. Let's go on to the kitchen now.
That temporary AC is really working.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot happening here. So this space and all the spaces behind are where the bulk of this work is actually going. Pretty much immediately after they closed on the home, we came in and gutted it. But it's this here. So we've got, every section of this kitchen is custom, which is really cool. So like even the refrigerator panel. I know Zach, you were talking about this last week. You were like, even the refrigerator panel is very custom, and we had to make sure that we dropped the soffit and held it back a certain distance. So the paneling over the top is all flush with the paneling of the fridge and the freezer. So even this section has a lot going on, but very excited about the kitchen hood. Probably my favorite thing about this. Also, the paneling with the glass above, that'll be very cool as well. But this kitchen hood is going to be really cool when it's all done. So it'll basically be a metal hood surround with, I think like a leather detail on it. And then the hood obviously sits underneath it. We'll have some really cool light sconces on the side. These Prado plugs, which are pretty cool as well. They're gonna sit in the backsplash on the sides and on the back.
I've actually got that here. So we did something similar. If I remember our ether project, we used the bocce plug, the System 22. So similar idea to where you don't see the plate, you don't see anything at all. So this is a wood background, obviously, but you can do this in stone, you can do it in wood, and any kind of material. But the idea is just a super clean, flush look. And we've got 4 of those here. So we've got to have the plugs per code, but we don't want to see them. And the pop-ups work, yes, but they're not the best really. So we really wanted to go with something clean here, and the client actually found this product. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Kelly found it? Yeah. Yep. So, and I think this is going to be an easier system to install. It seems because we're able to have a little more flexibility on drilling the holes versus the bocce plugs. You got to be exact on, and it makes it a little bit tougher to execute. So, I'm excited for this. But yeah, back to this fridge. Just the fridge is going to sit in here, obviously, and be recessed, but the doors will actually be taller. So typically you got a flush door that's got cabinet matching panels on it. It's just going to be the size of the fridge, but these actually extend up. So when you open it, it's going to, the fridge will only be down here, but the entire door is going to be the height of this entire opening here. So I think stuff like that's just super neat.
Yeah. And then it kind of spills into the coffee bar area, which I love a good coffee bar. But there's going to be a couple of lights that hang down, actually not hang, but they're actually puck lights that are recessed into the upper cabinetry, and they're going to shine down onto the workspace here. And then we'll have a built-in coffee maker here, so power, water for that. They don't have to refill it ever. It's got direct water to it, so pretty cool. Not to mention a pretty cool light fixture is going to go in the center.
Yeah. And then, so we had the opportunity to come out before the original builder did drywall and able to get some measurements and pictures. And one of the bigger things that we had to solve for was this low-bearing point of the home right here. And you can see this big LVL above me. I don't know if you can come in here and see this. This is existing, this triple LVL, and it was going to the outside wall all the way to land right where we wanted this opening from the kitchen to the pantry to be. And we really wanted this door to be there. It's a pocketing door.
It's also a custom pocket door too. It's very cool.
Yeah, so this will be neat. And then, so we had to get this opening, so we had to end up coming in and putting in a new header to then span that load down to the outside. It ended up being a simpler fix, but luckily our framers are like surgeons and they made it happen pretty easily. But yeah, so that was one of the bigger structural challenges. And of course we had to cut the slab really throughout the house to get plumbing right where we wanted. We're used to building on crawl spaces, so it's a little bit easier to reroute this stuff, but on the slab we had to have True Line come cut everything, and then we could reroute it all. All right, you go through the pantry?
Sure. Yeah. So I like to call it either pantry, back kitchen, or scullery. A lot of names for it, but I like it a lot. It's one of my favorite rooms. I feel like I say that a lot. But so we kind of have a sink in the center. We'll have a full-size fridge over here and a double oven on this side. So it's essentially got everything you need in a kitchen, just in a much smaller space, kind of tucked away. This is where the mess resides, while the kitchen looks really nice. But it's going to be very custom in here as well. There's going to be some appliance garages over here, so the doors will open up and slide back. The idea is that's where you hide, all your toaster, your air fryer, or whatever it is that you're using. So it's not on the counter space. And then a countertop to ceiling cabinetry on this side as well, with some drawers and some shelving.
Did we end up doing the Harmon hinge?
We're not doing the Harmon hinge. No.
Oh, man, I thought we got Nick's as well, but I was like, maybe we left it. So we're just gonna pocket this door. We talked about, if y'all seen, Erin Stetcher's made this very popular. Her videos on the Harmon hinge. This has been a great spot to do it. These doors would open, and then it would look like it was always designed to be. There's just more intricate cased opening, essentially, to where those would just seamlessly hide within themselves, and then be able to also close and look like it's a part of the cabinetry. But not on this one, but we do have a project coming up with them out of the Oaks, and we'll be able to, but that one's just now in foundation, so it's gonna be a few months where we can show you that. Anything else kitchen? I mean, we added a hood vent that needed makeup air. I know it's more like builder talk, less designer talk, but it's always interesting where, builders don't do that if it's not enforced or required. A lot of partnerships on this with materials and appliances. So the client on this one is very well known in the home building industry here in Nashville, and she was able to kind of leverage those relationships and work some deals with them to be able to showcase some of their products. And it's been cool for us to meet all these new vendors and people and make it all come together. But yeah, forgot to mention, day one was demo. So Habitat for Humanity came out. They took all the cabinets, all the appliances. The flooring in this home, as you can tell, was not glued down. There was a vapor barrier. Yes. And it was a click-together floor. Yeah. So they took all that and really did a lot of the demo for us, so we didn't have to do a ton.
Yeah, it was really just walls.
Yeah. And then we wanted to save the client's HVAC system, because imagine if it were, let me back up. We like to condition homes so that when we're doing trim and paint, stuff's not selling as much and we're able to get a better finish. Also provides a better work environment for all of our trades. But if we would have used the homeowner's main HVAC system, we would have potentially trashed that with bringing in dust throughout the process. So we brought out our own temporary 5-ton all electric unit. Brody roughed it in here, and then the return from the other side of the home, so it kind of just cycles air. It's not as comfortable as the main home system, but it does the job well enough for us. All right,
you really feel it when it's blowing, though.
Oh yeah, it's like either on or off.
Yeah.
You wanna walk through the living room?
Sure. So here in the living room, first is the ceiling treatment that's going to go here. It's going to be very cool, very sleek, but it'll be a lot of white oak. So white oak boards that are running this direction now that we found, and there's going to be a detail of white oak 3/4 material that come out in a pretty cool pattern, and it makes some boxes in here. So we had to make sure that all of our lighting was in the center of those boxes. So we had to do a lot of math. We got it wrong once, had to fix it, come back. But so these recessed cans are going to be in the center of the corner boxes, and then obviously the light fixtures in the center of the entire space. But it'll look very cool when it's done. And then over here at the fireplace, there's going to be a pretty cool stone surround all the way around. You can kind of see it in this photo. It's pretty much what it's going to look like. With some cool built-ins on both sides. We're gonna have some doors that open up to some storage underneath, because you can never have enough storage in a house. But yeah, this will be pretty cool in conjunction with the ceiling here.
Yeah, I think this was an area that we met with the design team and the client last week to do a kind of final walkthrough, pre-drywall. It's a good example of they had the built-ins on either side drawn, and we just ran into a couple issues with like where plugs were and where this casing and window stool was. It's a good example of like the importance of, yes, drawings are great, but we've got to also make sure that it all works, and these things evolve on site. So we all met, we make minor tweaks and edits, and that's just part of it. And part of custom building that we found, it doesn't all go according to plan. So just wanted to hit on that real quick, because that tends to happen every meeting. We make a small adjustment, a small tweak, and
sure. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what happened on Friday. There were a few things that we need to address, and that's why we do it, right? I mean, you do it now, and it's much easier, much cheaper, rather than move forward and have to tear out drywall.
Yeah. Cool. You want to go hit the laundry room pet area?
Sure.
So you can see we got drywall stocked here. Plan was to start hanging today, but after that walk last week, we needed to punt for a couple days to make a few of these edits. But
yeah, that happens.
Yeah, slow down to speed up, kind of.
That's right. So this is just the mud room drop zone area. It's going to be some pretty simple built-ins, but something cool is they're going to have like a drop zone here. You imagine you come in from your garage and you have bags in your hand or whatever. You can set it in this little drop zone. It's going to be a little nook here, and it's going to be lit up. We're going to switch over here, but that was a small change that we made on Friday, and I thought it was a pretty cool change, just to make sure that is plenty lit and has power over there.
Yeah, it's a nice wardrobe storage, so if you're coming in here, you can put your coat, your winter jacket, your shoes, and all that stuff, and have easy access to the garage. We did miss the dog under the stairs.
Oh, we did,
station.
yeah. Should have shown that one.
Yeah, so late ad here.
This is Kelly's favorite room, I think.
Yeah, so they call them the Furry Five.
They do,
They've got 5 pets, and it's this space underneath the stairs that was used for nothing before. It was just like a dead space, and they saw it, wanted to use it, so we opened it up. We've got a neon going in there, right? A switch.
I think there are. Yeah, I think it's a neon sign,
yeah,
like a custom.
Yeah, so little dog hangout area. I'm sure they'll like throw a bed in there or something like that, but they'll have their own little space. I think she plans to put their pictures around there as well, so that'll be kind of a neat way to use what would have been just a forgotten wasted space. Closet here, garage through that wall, nothing really to talk about.
This is the pet area. So really cool feature in this home, in my opinion, is the dog bowl filling station. So there's going to be just a normal cabinet here with the top on it, but underneath on this section, it's going to be open, and there's going to be a pot filler down here and a drain for the bowl. So you don't ever have to pick up the bowl and take it to a sink or anything. You just move the pot filler over and turn it on.
That'd be nice.
And that drain catches any kind of overflow or spillage.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
This originally was, I think, bedroom number, so we got 1, 2, 3.
This was 3.
Yeah, it's the third bedroom, but they didn't have a need for the bedroom, so they really converted the space into a much larger laundry room, and then they've got the pets, so they wanted more of a pet room. So that really is kind of what the vision was here.
And speaking of pets, we've got the pet wash here. We went back and forth a few times on height and size of this, just kind of trying to figure out what worked best for them. And we landed on this 28-inch high platform here. But it'd be pretty cool. As you can see, the drain's actually in the back here, which is kind of uncommon. But the reason it's like that is because we are actually putting some drawers underneath. So you'll be able to pull out 3 drawers here, put anything you need to put inside of there, any kind of dog wash essentials. But it'll have a handheld fixture here with a valve right there. Knock the cover off. So pretty easy to access. Very cool little spot as well. And then these are our double pocket doors going into the laundry room.
Yeah.
So we'll have 2 pocket doors that go here, open up. They don't think they're going to close it much, but it's always nice to have the option of doing that with the laundry machine.
We're doing that thing where when they're open, it looks like it's just a case opening, right?
Potentially.
Okay.
We haven't totally decided yet. That gets a little harder with the double door, with a double thickness.
Makes sense.
But potentially, we might.
Yeah, that's kind of to tease that out more. The door slabs would come out like normal, and when they hit, you would need to put like a piece of whatever this thickness is, like a 1x8, and then that would be attached to the door slab. So when it's closed, it looks just like a cased opening, so you don't see the inside of the door. And then I guess that's when it's opened. And then when they're closed, those two would meet, but these would be open 99% of the time. So having them to where it looks like a cased opening more often than not would be a pretty cool effect. And we've seen some videos online of other builders pulling that off. So I think we might try it here, but kind of TBD.
Might convince them.
Yeah.
So yeah, washer and dryer. Another thing with remodels, typically your washer's on the left, your dryer's on the right. With remodels, you're kind of working with what's existing. Yes, we can run new plumbing and new vents. That gets a little expensive. So in this situation, the client, you decided, hey, let's just leave them the way they were. So these were actually flipped originally on the other side of the wall, the washer box and the dryer there. We just said, hey, let's just flip it onto this side, keep the dryer on the left, the washer on the right. So it's a little abnormal, but it's kind of what you deal with remodels a lot. And then over here, this is kind of like the laundry space, right? So you have a sink here, countertops, you have some uppers, pretty cool. Shelf here with a brass railing across the top. Be really nice.
And then just more storage.
More storage,
right?
yeah. So it's a pretty tall storage over here. Some uppers over that, the washer and dryer.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I think we'll have to squeeze through here.
Yeah, yeah. We stuck drywall and unfortunately blocked off a few entrances.
Yes, the entrance from the room would be here, and we changed this up a lot. At this point, I can't even remember. This is like part of the closet maybe, now it's a command center. Added pocket doors in a lot of spaces. We normally like to put these in 2x6 walls, but again, we were working with existing wall sizes and we didn't have all the room that we really would want for this. So we went with these brackets. They work, yes, but we just prefer our method is that, you've seen before, we turn 2x4 sideways, put the door slab in the middle, just gives you a little more solid surface here, but.
These will make do.
That's right, yeah, they'll work just fine. So primary bedroom here, just cosmetic changes, so ArchiStone fireplace. This fireplace is not here at all before, and we went with an electric unit here, so that's what you see, but it's all covered up now, but we ended up putting ArchiStone on this, and then a couple built-ins on either side, really just more for storage of clothing, and then a little built-in dog bed, probably the kind of feature point in this room. So this lower area here, you'll have just a void open of cabinets with cabinets above and cabinets where I'm at, but this will actually be a little dog bed where the furry five can hang out.
Yeah.
And then if you spin around, look at the bedroom wall. So the bed will sit here. I'm sorry, the bed wall. Bed will sit here, and this just adds just a little bit interesting detail around. I mean, this is stuff that like I would never think of, but thankful for JFY and Kelly, the client, being able to think of things like this. Just adds a little bit of dimension and a little bit of interesting things to look at. So this will end up getting wrapped with.
Yep. So it's getting wrapped with a wood 1x. I think it's white oak as well.
Okay.
There'll be 1x here, and then like a 1x casing around it as well. So it's honestly like it's a really cool detail that's not super hard to pull off, but it's something I would have never thought of. So I like it a lot.
Yeah, agreed. You gonna take us to the bathroom?
Yeah, let's do it. So in here, the closet's on that side. Very spacious closet. We did have to do a few modifications over the weekend. Looks like they got that taken care of, so it looks great. But on this wall will be a built-in, and then we'll go into the primary bath. So the first thing you'll see is a very large shower. This is actually the existing size of the shower in the original home, but we took out all the tile and we moved the drain over a little bit. But this is going to be a very cool space. So there's going to be a whole glass wall here with an opening here. So this will be the actual entry point into the shower, and you've got a couple of valves here for. So this is on and off for the shower head and the rain head. And on this side, we have on and off for the handheld, and the temperature control for the entire shower is right here. So what that can do really is we can adjust the temperature of the shower here and leave it, and never have to touch it again. So when you walk in, you can just turn on whatever fixture you'd like, and then the shower is already at that temperature. So pretty neat. Another thing we have to deal with in remodels is a placement of truss and joists. In this situation, we have a truss right in the center of where this shower space is. And so that made us have a decision. Hey, do we want to repair this truss? We want to cut this truss and repair it and have an engineer come out and do that? Or do we just want to leave it as is and make a decision on which side of this truss we want to put stuff on? And so the client decided, hey, let's just leave it. I'm okay with it being off center. So she chose to have everything on this side. So this is a can fan. So it's a can light and an exhaust fan. And on this side, it's the same thing. So she decided, hey, it's okay. We'll go on this side, and we just put the plumbing on the other side to kind of help balance it out. That's something you deal with a lot in these.
Sweet. Vanity's pretty cool, probably worth talking about as well. So 2 sinks here, sink on either side. You can see the vanity drawing here, and then a couple of niches built in on either side. So you can see that's what this is for. This one will be for this side, and this is actually going to be on the shower side. So you've got a little leg shaving station.
Be a couple shelves in there, and a couple shelves up here as well. So there'll be 3 stone shelves, and this whole thing will be wrapped in stone as well. Pretty cool.
That'll end up being really pretty. So Studio Dearborn's doing these cabinets as well, along with the kitchen, and then we're using local supplier Opus for, I think, laundry, scullery, pet room, and then Dearborn's in the kitchen and this primary. They're going to build a piece that goes into this little alcove, we'll call this here, so just providing some more storage as well.
Yeah, and the Prado plugs are making another appearance here, right in the center between the 2 vanities.
Nice.
And the stone,
Sweet.
the stone backsplash.
Again, very impressed with Sarah over at Studio Dearborn. Like, they came in for a 7 to 8 hour day. 7 to 8 hour day where they went through and measured everything, and just more like remodel type things that like come up. So you can see that these drains are not exactly where we put them had we chosen where they go. But again, it's just a decision based on, do you want to spend the extra money and time to adjust the framing, move the plumbing to get them right in the center. So they were able to, they'll have to notch these drawers, and they'll have to get various, like these will be notched differently than those. And that's just the stuff that you're able to do when you've got someone as detailed as Sarah to be able to catch all those kind of things and work with what we have here. So just been very impressed with their level of detail. The cabinets are in production now, and I can't wait to see them. It's cool.
Same.
Well, sweet. That's our Spectacular STS project. Just want to give you a peek behind the curtain before we cover it all up. We should have drywall started here in the next couple of days, and then we'll be sure to get some more content as we get more done. Thank you. Stay tuned.